Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is episode 25 of my Road to 120 Slayer series. We're currently sitting at level 116 Slayer, just a few 100,000 XP away from hitting 117. This video, we do have 9 more tasks, including 1 Reaper, so we do have a lot in this video, including quite a few boss Slayer tasks. This was a really fun episode to make, and we also made tons of money. Also, before we jump into the video, I do want to mention that if you guys do enjoy this series and you want to support it, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Also, if you're looking for some more Road to 120 Slayer videos, you can check out the entire playlist, which I will be linking in the description. And anyway, guys, let's jump right into today's episode. So kicking off today's episode, we're going to just jump right into a Reaper task. I got to choose, so I went with an Araxi task. We are going to be killing 4 of these. I do have 1 leg piece on the series so far, so again, it would be pretty awesome if I could complete that. That would add a lot to the loot tab. So I did decide to use melee against Araxi. This is actually my first time ever using melee. I have like 450 kills all with ranged. From this first kill, I didn't really like melee too much. I found it was a lot harder to dodge its special attacks and stuff like that. So I did just switch to range after the first kill, but I at least managed to get a kill with melee. And it didn't go over too awful. I wasn't able to dodge some of the special attacks, but since there is no enrage, it wasn't very difficult. So looking at the loot from the first kill, we ended up getting an Onyx Bolt drop. Pretty good drop here, worth a little bit over 2 mil. So these are always great with Araxi. Now my second kill, done with ranged. We made 192k, so a really bad drop there. Didn't get the Cerebrus, which are worth quite a bit of money. Next drop, we ended up getting 885k, got some herbs and the Cerebrus, so that is a pretty good drop right there. The fourth kill, we didn't get very lucky, only 300k, but we made right around 3.6 mil from these 4 Araxi kills. Now moving on to our next task, we ended up getting a demon task, so 145 of these. This task is on my preferred list, so we should be getting quite a few of these. Now for the demon task, I decided to go do Ripper demons. I had quite a few binding contracts just in my bank ready for this. You make a ton of money if you are making Ripper demon binding contracts. They sell for a little bit over 100k each, and it only costs about 50k to make the binding contract. So you're getting at least 60, 70k per kill, and that's also on top of their regular drops. This honestly is probably one of the better Slayer tasks. They are a little bit difficult to kill because they do have some mechanics, so it's definitely not an AFK task at all. If you are not paying attention for a second, you can easily die because they do have an insta-kill mechanic. And I will say that has killed me quite a few times, or at least used my sign. So it is a little bit annoying, but the money is definitely worth it. And as you can see, we ended up making 17 mil off of this task. 13.7 mil coming straight from the Ripper Demon pouches, and I didn't even have a full 145 to make. I only had 125, so we could have made a little bit more money there, but anyway, 17 mil, it's really insane. We also got around 400,000 Slayer XP, which is really great also, and the task took right around 1 hour to complete. This is honestly an insane moneymaker right now, especially if you are on task. Next task, we ended up getting back-to-back demon tasks. Got 121 of these, but since we do not have the binding contracts, I decided to change it up, and we are going to be facing Krill. As you can see, we ended up getting a drop pretty early. We got a ward drop, which is worth right around 1 mil. I do really like Krill. I have been doing it a lot recently, especially with the recent loot video that I did make for Krill. So we are getting a little bit closer to completing the log. I do need the pet as well as a few other unique drops. Krill is a pretty chill boss to kill, and it does go through these tasks pretty quickly. It only took about 30 minutes to complete the demon task. As you can see, we made right around 2 mil, also gained around 100,000 Slayer XP. Overall, it was okay. It is kind of exciting doing some bosses sometimes, and it is a lot less tedious than doing Ripper Demons, but obviously you do get a lot less money and also a lot less Slayer XP. Now the next task we ended up getting was an Elves task. This is always a really great task because it is a little bit AFK, and you also do get a lot of money and some pretty good Slayer XP as well. So we are going to be using the Aggression Potions and Scythe. I do find the elves work really well at this location, which is just a little bit north of the crystal chests. You can lure a few elves into this area. I find having 3 on you at once is enough. I find having a 4th will sort of deal too much damage on you because they do have a few special attacks which will deal a lot of damage pretty rapidly. So you do just need to be a bit cautious of that. I completed this task pretty quick, around 15 to 20 minutes. As you can see, we made around 2.4 mil. As I said, elves are really great money. Most of the money coming off of alchables and coin drops. And then we also got 104,000 Slayer XP. So these are really great tasks. It's something you could even put on your preferred list. They're just that good. Now moving on to our next task, we end up getting an Ascension Creature task. These I don't usually do, but we did skip a few tasks and I decided just to go ahead and complete it. It doesn't usually take very long, and you can also get a few extra keys to add to the loot tab. This task can be completed really fast, but you don't really make much money and you get very little Slayer XP. It is a little bit sort of nostalgic because this was actually my main money-making method when I first did get membership. I remember grinding for 81 Slayer so I could kill these creatures and make money off of their keystones. So it is a little bit memorable just because I am doing that. But as you can see, the loot, really trash. We got about 250k and also 17,000 Slayer XP. The only good thing is this task took only 10 minutes to complete, so we can just move on to the next task. Now, as you can see, for the next task, we end up getting another demon task. We're getting a lot of these so far. I also didn't have the binding contracts ready, so we are going to be going back to Krill. Hopefully we get another unique drop. As you can see, we did end up getting an effigy drop, which is alright, a little bit of free XP. Unfortunately, though, throughout the task, we didn't end up getting another unique drop. The effigy was the only loot beam we ended up getting, but we did reach another milestone on this task. We ended up reaching 117 Slayer, so we are now only 3 levels away from reaching 120 Slayer. Even though we are only 3 levels away, we are still pretty far off. We still need around 25 million Slayer XP. So these last 3 levels, there is a big XP gap in between them. 8 mil just to get to 118. So we're going to be grinding for that. Hopefully we do end up getting that soon. And as you can see from this demon task, we ended up making around 1.3 mil, which is pretty decent considering we didn't get a unique drop. We also got around 100,000 Slayer XP again. Overall, it's a pretty decent task. This time it took around 20 to 25 minutes to complete, so it isn't too bad, and doing Krill is kind of fun also. Now, jumping into our next task, we end up getting a Nihil task. This is another task where you don't get too much XP, but the GP per hour is insane, especially right now. So with Nihils, I do have a few guides talking about how to kill Nihils, but anyway, the only thing you need to know is you want to have overloads, and that way you can target the smoke Nihils, and that makes their mechanics pretty much useless. Their mechanic will lower your stats, but if you do have an overload active, it is a static boost, so your stats will pretty much always stay boosted, so it does make their special attack useless. We are going to be looking to make the Nihil pouches. That's where you make most of the money. As you can see, the loot we made from this task, we made 4 mil, and the task only took 15 minutes to complete. We did get a little bit lucky with the Nihil pouches. I also did transmute them into the most expensive ones. So overall, this task, really great. Nihils are extremely good money right now. As you can see, we made 4 mil in 15 minutes. That averages out to 16 mil per hour. So overall, Nihils, really great task for money. Slayer XP, not so great. As you can see, we only got 39k. And moving on to this next task, we ended up getting a Soul Devourer task. And it has been a while since we got one of these, so I'm pretty excited. I really do like Soul Devourers. I decided to try something a little bit different this time. Usually we go to the Salowa Axe because they are super easy to kill, especially with the aggression potions. This time I am going to be switching it up, and we are going to be fighting the Crocodile Axe. These are a higher level Slayer creature, and they also do hit a lot harder, so we are definitely going to be needing the Vampirism Scrimshaw. I'm also going to be using my Vampirism Aura as well. And we are going to be needing food for this task. So this task, it will take a little bit longer than usual, but we will get some more Slayer XP and hopefully some better drops as well. And as you can see, the loot we got from this task, we ended up getting 3 keys, and the keys, they are really pricey right now, over 500k. I remember earlier in the series, these keys were worth around 300k, so the loot tab there definitely has increased a good amount. We also got a corrupted gem, which is a very rare drop. Unfortunately, it's only worth 100k, but at least it does count for the drop log. And looking at the loot chest, we only got 1.3 mil here. Didn't get any vital spark drops, which is really unlucky. I believe the drop rate is a 1 in 60 for these, so very unlucky there. But overall, we did make around 3 mil. Also 176,000 Slayer XP for a 30-minute Slayer task. And so I decided to go ahead and do one last Slayer task for today's episode. We ended up getting another Nihil task. This time we're going to be killing 54 of them. And I decided to go ahead and do it. I kind of did want to skip it because the Slayer XP is so little, but the GP per hour on this task is just so great that I just couldn't pass it up. So we are going to be doing this task, and we're going to see how much money we can make this time. And as you can see, we actually made more money this time. We got around 5.7 mil. We also did stay for around an extra 5 minutes just because my overload was still active. But we did get really lucky again on the Nihil pouches. We made a ton of them, as you can see, 19 in total. And most of the money obviously coming off of that. Really great money here. This task took around 15 to 20 minutes to complete, so over 10 mil per hour at Nihils at this moment. The Slayer XP isn't that great, only 30k, but still, at least the GP per hour is just phenomenal. And looking at the loot tab, it is looking just amazing. As you can see, we have so many items in here now. The estimated price of all of these items, including my 156 mil cash stack, is 674.2 mil for the entire series. Now do keep in mind that I was keeping track of this as I got the drop, so it is going to be really interesting to see at the end of the series if these items did go up in price or down. And as you can see for the episode, we made 39.5 mil. This was a really good episode, especially considering we didn't even get a real unique drop. It was just some consistent money makers in this episode, which is really nice. We also got 1 million Slayer XP, a little bit less than usual because we did have some more of those money-making tasks like Nihils, even Krill doesn't give too much XP. But we are up to 35 million total XP on this series. We are now at 117 Slayer and need around 25 or 26 million Slayer XP left to get to 120. So there is quite a ways to go. I'm pretty sure we are going to hit at least a 1 bill loot tab by the end of the series. It's going to be really exciting, and I can't wait to continue doing these episodes. If you guys do enjoy these episodes, definitely hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Subscribe for more content like this, and also check out my other Road to 120 Slayer videos. The playlist is in the description. Definitely check that out if you are interested. And anyway, guys, I really hope you did enjoy this video and the series in general, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.